Fallout 76 was supposed to be the next big nuclear experience in the Fallout franchise. Now, I don't need to say much, but 76 was in a bad state on launch, being the first live service title in the franchise, gave it the potential to either be very successful or succumb to failure. Well, let's just say it wasn't received well at first by most of the community. Now, there are a lot of diehard fans, a lot of diehard Fallout fans that did love the game come launch, and they were able to look past all the bugs, stutters, lags, and microtransactions. But just like many others, with the announcement and release of the Fallout TV series, it relit a fire of passion for the Fallout universe once again. Some flocking to Fallout 4, others to 76. Now, to get a better understanding, I did play 76 roughly 2 years after its launch. I booted it up, excited for a new Fallout experience because I hadn't played one in such a long time, left the safety of the vault, and began progressing through the main quests. I was shortly met with disappointment and frustration, bugs, stutters, lack of understanding what was even going on and what I had to do. Now, I tried building a camp, as this is a new mechanic in 76, as that's what my main quest needed me to do. I ended up running around not being able to place it. I shut the game off and never went back. Until now. But that was my old experience with 76. Now, since launch, 76 has had over 18 major updates, reworking basically the entirety of the game. The crafting system, the overall performance, the loot pools, enemies, storylines, bug fixes, stabilizing group activities, world events, and servers overall. But by far the biggest change was the overall story and world. Now, believe it or not, 76 didn't even have a fully fleshed out main storyline, neither actual NPCs in the world. There were robots and other small NPCs, but I wouldn't really call them NPCs. They weren't tied to really any core experiences in the storyline or side quests. Okay, enough of my nattering. Let's get into my experience after now playing the game for over 100 hours. Straight away, I have to say this title has me hooked. I can't put it down. Now the game isn't perfect. I still encounter some lags, stutters here and there. Nothing game breaking though, not at all. Most I believe are due to server issues and lag from the amount of concurrent players right now. Because as you guys know, the game has had a boost in popularity. So I do think that's one of the main reasons why I encounter all these issues is just the amount of people going in and out of the servers and just their servers being overloaded constantly. But these things don't occur frequently. And when they do, they really don't break the immersion all that much. Now, the story in 76, it isn't a terrible one. It's not necessarily the Fallout story we know and love. But the true beauty for this title, at least for me, is the environment and the world. Now, graphically, this game is a little bit older, so it's not going to be fantastic. I would say Fallout 4, especially with the next gen update, has really updated the graphics there. You can also do modding and things like that if you're on PC, but in my opinion, it's one of the best worlds in the franchise. Don't hate me on that. I know there's a lot of people who love New Vegas. I love New Vegas, but I'm just saying from a world environment standpoint, there's plenty of different little spots and areas and locations to discover in between all the major many POIs that are there, different Easter eggs and goofy set pieces that are very interesting to encounter. Enemy types vary per zone, so you're going to encounter new factions, groups, and enemy variants along the way as you go into these higher zones. Now, each zone isn't gated off to a specific level, but you will encounter specifically higher tier and higher level enemies in different zones, especially if you are going off the beaten path, getting away from the main quest. Now, one major thing on this point, the amount of quests that pop up in this game, when you go to a new area, it's a little bit overwhelming. Your quest list begins to build up and it can make the map just look cluttered with objectives. Now, a lot of games in this genre suffer from this a lot. Is it a make or break problem? I don't think so. Just keep in mind, take it slow and clear areas as you get to them. Maybe this is just a problem for me, but I have way too many quests, side quests, and this game also has miscellaneous quests. And part of it is that this is a live service game, so there are dailies and there are specific quests that once you beat most of the story and most of what the game has on offer, you're going to be able to repeat and do specific things for end game content. So it is understandable that there are this amount of quests in this game. Now, another big reason I did come to Fallout 76 over 4, I've played 4 before, I haven't played 76, it's one of the main reasons, but it is live service and it is going to be getting a huge update very soon here, so they are going to be adding a bunch of new content. They're going to be adding a lot to the open world. With 76's update 19 coming out in June, they're going to add a full region to the map. This update is Skyline Valley. There's going to be over 30 new POIs added to the map. Now, some of these are small POIs, some of these are big POIs, but nevertheless, that is one of the great things about 76. I will say, even with the graphics, even with its age, the set pieces, as you guys know, when it comes to the Fallout franchise, they're just beautiful to explore. Finding random NPCs, finding random settlers, different set pieces, different Easter eggs, goofy things, exciting locations. So there is a huge update coming soon, and that is a big reason I think Fallout 76 is a good Fallout to flock to, just because of the amount of stuff that is eventually going to be added into the game. The game also did just get a big update. So there's plenty in store here and plenty more to come. Now, the interesting thing about 76 is the survival crafting elements this game has. You have to worry about food, you have to worry about water, you have to worry about diseases, different kinds that are giving you buffs and debuffs, different mutations, whether to age your character, make your character jump higher, take more damage, or debuffs make you run slower, take damage from the environment, radiation sickness, as well as the settlement system that they have, fully being able to build a camp in any style that you want. There's so much here. Now, a lot of it is behind a paywall, but it is not necessary. I haven't paid for Fallout First, which is their subscription system. I haven't paid for any of the new additionals. They do give you free stuff daily, which is awesome, and it is not hard to obtain the game's in-game currency, which are atoms. I have over 1,000 of them. Super simple. I haven't even been grinding for them. I now have the ability to go into the shop and purchase different things, different set pieces, different pieces of furniture for my build once I do get into settlements. So there is a lot to 76, and a big thing about this game that is very amazing is the online PvE. The open world constantly having events you can jump in and out of and complete, along with daily, weekly, and seasonal challenges that rotate constantly. Along with this, you'll eventually be able to unlock the ability to do expeditions. These are missions that send you off to a different, smaller, linear map, Atlantic City, Atlantic Boardwalk, to complete specific objectives. All of this can be done solo or with a team of friends or randoms. With all of this, I have to say this community is one of the best I've seen. You jump into an event, level 20, surrounded by a bunch of players in power armor, levels 1,000 and above, flying around, destroying everything. Meanwhile, you're getting constantly destroyed, getting revived, and then at the end, they drop all their loot because they were going to scrap it anyways, and now you're fully kitted out and you have so much loot, or you can scrap it yourself and get a ton of crafting materials, and it's just awesome. This community is super welcoming to new players. There are trap bases that you need to be aware of, but I have not encountered a single one in my time of playing. It's amazing to say the least. Great friendly experience. PvP is there. It is completely optional. You do not have to do it. I don't play PvP. I'm not into that. I'm into the PvE elements, which is mainly what Fallout's all about, you know. Another community activity you can do is join up in teams. Either create your own or join an existing one on your server. Each team runs the length of the time you're on, so when you get off, it's not like a clan. You stay in it. You jump in and out of it every time you play. These are categorized by activities, whether it's daily operations, expeditions, world events, or just going around the wasteland and just doing random things. And the amazing thing about this, team members can be anywhere on the map doing anything, whether it's an objective, whether it's doing an event, different kinds of things. And when they complete these objectives, these events, whatever they're doing, you're going to get awarded as well. So everyone could be split up doing their own quests, killing ghouls, killing super mutants, and you will be able to get caps and XP on completion. You don't have to be with your squad. Not everyone has to be doing the same quest together. And it's awesome. It's awesome. This the way they work this system, the way it is. And the longer you're in a team, the stronger your bond gets. That's the element of the game. And when you have a bond that's raising, you get specific attribute points, whether it's different points to special, increase in XP gain, increase in RNG to your loot drops, whatever it may be. So it's super amazing the way they have the PvE set up. I think it's fantastic. And again, the community is amazing in this title. They really, really are welcoming so many of the newer players as this game is getting so big and growing. Player base, players who have never even played a Fallout game, never played for 76. So it's super amazing to see. Now, someone who plays completely solo, I don't have anyone I play with. I think 76 is a fantastic game. There's so much here, and like I said, they're going to be doing so many updates in the future. They have a roadmap up so we know what to expect. There's going to be new loot drops, there's going to be new systems, and there's so much for you to do when you reach the end game and you finish all the quests and things like that. There's different vendors around the world that have specific types of currency that you need to earn by doing objectives with them or with their faction to get specific items, whether it's plans, whether it's schematics for building, weapons, shelter items, whatever it may be, different recipes for cooking. So there's so much to this game, and I really think if you played it, you didn't enjoy it just like me come launch, or even a few years later, keep in mind this game's 4 years old. I highly, highly recommend you going back to the title, trying it again, and just keep in mind, just like some TV shows and games, you might need to give it a little bit of time, get yourself worked into the groove, and be overwhelming at first. There's a lot of new mechanics here that you don't see in the Fallout franchise that is new just because, you know, again, this is a live service title. This is strictly multiplayer, but it is a great game and I'm really enjoying it. Is the story all that there? Not really. Are the side quests fantastic and really giving you a deep feel of what's happening in the progression of the world? Not necessarily. It is there, but it's not there as much as Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas 3, 2, whatever it may be. But at the end of the day, give this game a try. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Let me know if you've gone back to 76, if you're going to give it a go again. I really appreciate if you drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys out on the wasteland, and as always, stay happy, stay hyped, and have a beautiful day.